I planned a trip to go to
Tustin, Michigan, which turns out to be about
3.5 to 4 hours. I was 4 hours roughly.
I know Jaquette and Chris aren't much camper guys.
No, I mean, I'm pretty low maintenance as far as like when I go camping.
I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not really from the sticks.
I saw when I was booking it that it was 3 hours, 4 hours away, but like I was just like,
The cabin that we're staying at does not have electricity and it does not have running water. So
I've done that shit before. Like Brendan's done that shit before. Jaquette and Chris, I don't think I've ever done that shit before.
I'm not a big road trip kind of guy. I'm more of a, I'm catching flights, you're catching feelings kind of guy. But
We're relatively new and we just wanted to go and have like a foursome at a cabin.
we get like to around the area to like Tustin. We get to the general Tustin, Michigan area.
Buttfuck Michigan, mind you.
Now it's time to find our exact Airbnb location.
So the Airbnb's website has the address, but what I thought was the address, it was the zip code to Tustin, Michigan.
Oh my God, bro.
I thought it was going to be a good time, and it was a good time, but okay, so
We're going down a full-on dirt road.
We're driving down a riverbed, dog. I'm talking bop, 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 bop.
I said I'm sitting on a, let me stay serious. Dirt road, way back. Okay, back to the story.
There is no concrete in sight. We are in the wilderness.
My man's Jake has a Ford Focus, Ford Fusion, one of those, but a small sedan.
This car's not built for this, bro.
We're following these directions, going down this road.
it says it's all on 22 Mile Road.
22-mile road,
This 22-mile road.
22-mile road.
This 22 Mile Road,
22 Mile Road.
it's just called 22 Mile Road.
America, this is in the middle of nowhere.
We think we're going to the right house, direction, Airbnb, whatever you want to call it.
Rolling up and seeing that it wasn't exactly where it's at, for me at least, in my life, it's never a quick fix. Ever.
It says, yeah, look for the cabin. You know, you can see it through the trees in the winter.
We pull up, we realized there's no fucking house, there's no cabin. We're literally pulling back fucking leaves to make sure there's not a cabin behind one.
So Jake, he's been following the directions on the Airbnb page this whole time, right?
And it says it's right to your left, and to my left is a rock.
We come across a mud patch, quicksand.
Like someone just went with a motorcycle in just that area and just.
I may have a mud phobia. I think I may have a phobia of bugs or mosquitoes or whatever. But just know I don't fuck with either of those things.
Right after the patch, it's fine. But there's a part of it that's very sketchy.
But it was only for about 6 or 7 feet. So I'm like, oh, I'll just drive over it.
Going downhill, we get over it. No, we all get out of the car. Jake says in, we drive over. I think we tested our luck right then and there.
We get to the end of 22 Mile Road. And
We start pulling up and we're like, oh man, Jaquette and I, we're two black dudes in the middle of, I don't care if it's Michigan, I don't care if it's the north or the south. If you're in the woods and it's rural, I don't know how people are going to react, so I'm assuming they're not friendly.
as soon as we pull up, a dog starts running towards the car.
And starts like following the car, like looking at us, like, what the fuck? Like walks right up to the car,
We knew we weren't in the right place, but this dog would not leave us alone. So the dog chasing us right back to once we came.
The dog was racist, bro. I've never seen a more racist dog. The dog was like, I can smell the black people in the back seat.
We saw some very odd things. We saw
A full-grown horse.
The weird part of there being a horse was that there was no one around watching the horse. And it wasn't saddled up or fucking, tied to a thing. It was nothing. It was on the front porch looking into the front window. Like we were in fucking Madagascar.
I don't know if he was delivering a pizza, delivering mail, Amazon Prime worker.
And I'm like, and then this horse, first of all, horse doesn't even turn around. Horse is like looking for fucking pie in the sill, you know? Dog's like, what the, I've never seen a car before.
Just this fucking horse and his racist dog saying, get the fuck up out of here.
So we have to cross the mud pit again. Now, we made it across the first time, all right? It went well. No damage done. No harm, no foul. We can do it again. What we failed to consider was that
We had to get back over that just to get, like, I forgot about the whole dirt patch. So we drive up to it. I was like, okay, fuck, same thing. We'll just go right over it. Same bullshit. Everyone gets out the car. Brendan comes up. He's like, all right, keep going.
Jake punches it straight into a mud pit.
The mud just fucking goes like that, and my tire just we sunk right in.
And I was like, oh no, bro. Not this.
Now I'm in the car and I'm driving. Everyone's out of the car. He looks at me and he goes like this. He goes complete like, oh, you fucked us to hell.
He sunk in this mud pit, and I immediately went, we're stuck. Call a tow truck. So we're stuck in this mud pit. I have the genius idea to start lodging sticks underneath Jake's front tires.
Now I was like, okay, if I pop my tires, fuck, but okay, we got nothing else going on here.
Can I get out of here?
Sure. What can we do?
I think maybe since we're all more weight might be better at this point
Oh, in the back, yeah.
in the front. Because it'll push the car down and the wheels won't be spinning because there's weight on it. And it'll push it back actually.
Okay, so need my car to be drivable.
And as a result, that didn't help, as you could imagine. I guess we were trying to get the sticks up under the wheel, try to prop it up and get under there. It had to be like at least 4 feet of mud. This is straight mud water, dog.
It smells like shit.
It was just nothing, just making mud smoothies. And this fucking jagoff shoves them underneath there. We go to rev it up, and it's like spitting wood chips at us. Like there's nothing. It's not working.
The flies were very interested in us, whether we were in the car or not.
These things suck right here. They suck.
So yeah, I'm just knocking away all the bugs, cooling.
I'm not minding their business. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I figured we would be able to just fucking rock it a bunch. I never at any point initially did I think we were going to definitely have to get a tow truck. Because why would, But again, from my track record, I should have called the tow truck on the way there.
So Jake's frantic on the phone with insurance companies, back and forth, trying to get a tow truck to pick our car out of the mud.
I'm fucking stuck out here and you guys are chilling in an office just fucking me in the ass. Yeah.
We're sitting in the car in the air conditioning with sticks lodged under our front car tires, 6 inches in the mud.
Did we have to go over that a second time? Yes. Was it my fault that we went over it the first time? Also yes. So I did take blame. But I had to get us out of this shit.
And then we're waiting there, and Jake calls his insurance, AAA, some form of his insurance, to come get us, come save us. Somebody pick us up. Somehow come drag us out the mud. Get us out the mud. Baby, future. Get us out the mud.
I called the towing company. Not the Allstate towing line, the actual tow company that Allstate called to come get my ass. And they said, hold.
hung up on us without getting a payment, so they never paid us to come out.
Oh, really?
So I would call them back.
What? My insurance hung up on him
Allstate, right? Good hands?
without paying him.
Good hands.
My insurance hung up on him. His insurance? What the fuck, man?
It would be $175 for us to come up.
PTSD, bro.
Allstate, you left my man's hanging. All right? Bogus, bro.
So, I get out of the car, I call my, and now, this is the thing, another thing, back to my life, my track record. I've had to call a tow company like 5 times this year for my shitty cars that I had, and I was like, I'm gonna spend the money and buy a new one. Bought a new one. Calling him again!
So Jake's like, yo, send a truck anyway. If we have to pay out of pocket, we will. That's fine. But we need to get out of the mud here. Like, it's 3:30 and we were supposed to be at our cabin 3 hours ago.
We were supposed to arrive at the Airbnb at noon.
So I call the tow Allstate line.
Jake ends up calling this other tow truck company and ends up figuring something out. They're like, all right, we'll send a driver on the way.
And finally, he's like, Peterson Towing is coming right now.
2 minutes later, there's a tow truck pulling down the street.
Like not a second after he hangs up the phone, you see this other tow truck start driving down the fucking riverbed.
Are we getting punked? I thought we were getting punked. Ashton Kutcher, are you about to hop out of the mud? I don't know.
I blink and a tow truck is coming down the road.
Is this him?
I don't think so.
It has to be.
I literally just called him. He said 35 minutes.
You might be getting this for the free, dog.
Yeah, wait. No, wait.
Hey, no, we're good, man. My other guy's coming.
As this car's backing up, I'm like, oh, we're like, me, Chris, and Jaquan are like, yeah.
They're like, oh my God.
I'm pretty happy to get the fuck out of the mud.
It gets worked out that this guy is from the company that was called earlier and then canceled on, but he showed up still.
Skylar.
Shouts to Skylar.
Shout out Skylar.
Thanks to Skylar the Towman.
He looks like a guy that you absolutely wouldn't want to put your faith in your car with.
Apparently, if they call a tow guy and you don't accept the service, they can impound your car.
Like he agreed to tow us, but he was like, yeah, if you refuse my service, I have to charge you $50.
If we don't let him tow us out of the mud,
Then I can impound your vehicle.
Reed City Towing is saying that Allstate canceled, and Allstate's saying that Reed City Towing canceled, and now Peterson Towing is coming out to fucking get the car. But this jackoff's here with the fucking tow truck. And if I don't give him $50, he's gonna impound it.
Yeah, come on.
Nah, I'll give him $50, bro.
What is this? Storage Wars, bro? You can't.
If you don't pay me the $50 or the $175, we're gonna impound your car.
It's called theft of service.
a theft of service charge.
Theft of service or some shit.
We might have beat this dude's ass.
As a finesser myself, that sounds like a finesse job. And just know you can't finesse a finesser.
He ended up being real cool.
What a nice man. What a nice man.
Ended up being the best dude for the situation.
It gets worked out.
We got out the mud. That's cool.
Great, done, bada bing, bada boom. We're having a good time. We're laughing. The wheels are dirty.
And unfortunately, about 30 minutes later, after we picked up some pizzas,
We pull up to Jet's Pizza.
It was fire.
Very fire turbo crust. Just saying.
But before that, while picking it up,
This man gets in the car hits the what he thinks is the reverse.
I don't know if he thought he was in drive or reverse.
Jake G-hopped the curb.
And then floors his shit over this big ass curb, bro.
See ya.
Boof. Bop.
I popped the curb and fucked up my front fender.
Jaquette and I looked at each other.
Completely destroyed the entire front end of his car.
We're kind of not freaking out, but we're like, okay, now what are we gonna do? Because if we don't have a car,
Pull over, we go through 4 or 5 different seasons of fucking Grey's Anatomy, and we figure out that it's all good.
now it is finally time to go to the Airbnb.
I really did not think we were gonna get there.
Finally get to the cabin, set up.
We finally get there. It is beautiful.
I would go back there, but I don't know if I'd go through all that again.
It was a good time, filled with adversity that turned into adventure, man. I love these guys at Mock Squad. It was a great time.
We all survived, and now I have a story to tell.
One thing I do want to say, never let Jake Barcelona plan a trip. Leave that up to the big dog.
How we feeling? What's the dealio?
Good. Car is okay, I think. All my washer fluid is gone because it leaked out. And this tire seems to be fine. It's so fucking dirty though, bro.
A little dirty, but hey,
There's the wheel well.
yeah, we're still here though.
Yeah.
That was my last Friday. Wouldn't even believe my Saturday.